welcome or welcome back. My name is Paris. We're back with some more Arcadia Fallen. It's been a few weeks. I was out of town, and then last week I was just still very tired from being out of town, but now we're back. And yeah, I'm trying to think, what did we do last time? We did all of the prologue, so we're into chapter 1 now. We've met and collected most of our companions, still missing one, but I'm sure we'll get them soon. And I feel like it's been a while. Like I said, it's been a while since stream, so now I'm feeling like, am I forgetting something? Did I miss something? But I don't think I did. So I think we might just jump back into oh yeah, I forgot that they'll tell you like what your traits, your most chosen traits are. So we have adventurous, tenacity, acceptance. We'll see if that changes, I guess. But yeah, I guess we'll just jump back in. I remember I put us in an alley with
Hi.
Mime. Oh, we're starting a conversation already. All right. Oh yeah, because when you like meet her here, because I think I visited her before, and there was an option to like gossip about your companions, but we literally only had Victoria, so I was like, I'll come back later when we have more people. And now we do have more people. She said, hi there, just something on your mind. Okay, I guess we'll ask about the forest where we met Michael. Like, are we talking about that encounter, or are we talking about the fact that an area of the forest just died randomly?
I have some questions.
Okay. You were acting pretty weird when we went out to the forest. What was that all about? Me? Weird? No, no way. So you noticed, huh? I'm sorry I was acting weird. The forest is a special place for me. It was where Victoria found me, and there are lots of things I'd like answers to, but it's not really all that important. I'll stay on track from now on, don't you worry. I mean, I feel like whatever happened in the forest is maybe tied to the other weird stuff that's going on. Because like I said, like part of it just like died and withered away due to magic, I think. Like I think there was like magical residue or something. Like I think we know that magic did it, and now there's all these demons around around the same time, so I feel like they're maybe connected, caused by the same thing. I don't know. I would like to talk about our companions. We're quite the odd bunch now, aren't we? Who do you want to talk about? Let's talk about... Oh, we can talk about Elizabeth, too. We'll talk about her last. I want to know Victoria.
So...
You know Victoria. Can you tell me more about her? I don't really know her that well, honestly. She just sort of showed up in my life all of a sudden and got me dragged into this whole mystery about the demons. It scared me senseless, honestly, but now that I've gotten to spend more time with her, I think she means well, even if she's a bit intense. I mean, she is also a cop, so minus points for her. Michael.
Tell me about...
What do you think about this Michael fellow? He's great fun to be around for the 2 seconds we've known him. He's always smiling and positive and doesn't seem to mind my spiritness at all. I feel like he's hiding something though. Like, I notice him sometimes staring off into space and he just looks so sad. I hope we can become friends so we can help him with whatever he's struggling with. Hopefully before Victoria murders him. Yeah. That would be ideal. That would be ideal. I see someone in chat. I'm here. Hello, Aaron, and welcome. We're just gossiping about our companions and Elizabeth with Mime. Seeing what she thinks about them. What are your thoughts about Anne?
I wonder.
Well, she seems sweet, but also really quiet. She's very focused on her research, and she only ever talks to me to ask questions about the spirit locket. It would be nice to get to know her a little better, but honestly, she doesn't seem interested in making friends. Yeah, that's the vibe. It's all work with her. And Elizabeth.
Tell me about...
What do you think of Elizabeth? She's nice, if not a little bit scary. It's like you look at her and see a nice old lady, but then you look at her and you feel like a tiny mouse staring up at some ancient, powerful beast. But I guess that might just be me. She's your teacher after all. So what's she like to you? No, she's kind of scary, strict but fair. She's a beast. No. Okay, at least that's a joking thing, but I'll say strict but fair.
About that.
Elizabeth is strict, yeah, but she's always fair and has never treated me badly, except when she, like, what was it? She, like, kept yelling or, like, scolding me preemptively.
Okay.
I don't like that part, but I don't know. I see. I'm glad to hear it. Maybe I'm just intimidated because I've never met a teacher before. Yeah, I don't get how you're more intimidated by Elizabeth than Victoria, who loves to threaten everyone with her sword. Let's talk about something else. Let's go.
I'll be off then. Let's go!
Oh, I skipped past whatever it was. I think I just said, let's get back to it or something. Right, back to work. Sealing demons, saving the world, all that stuff. Oh.
How curious.
Michael, you're staring. Why are you staring?
Oh, my apologies. I was lost in thought. I've seen many spirits in my travels, but no one quite like you, Mime.
I don't think I've ever seen a traveler quite like you either. You're a lot more colorful.
I can imagine. Here's to defying expectations.
Alright, so... Okay, we already went to the alley. This is where Mime is. There's like plot, the exclamation points mean there's like plot stuff in addition to telling us that our companions are here. So I'm thinking let's go to the tavern to talk with Michael, and then we can like double up on talking to Anne and Victoria and doing whatever those plot things are. The air inside the tavern is warm, and a pleasant scent of burning firewood and savory foods washes over you as you step inside. Michael is lounging by the bar, wine glass in hand, his brightly colored robes making him stand out against the mostly wooden interior.
What can I do for you?
Why, hello there, Kit. Here to join me for a drink? Sure, but I don't drink. Oh, sure.
Okay.
Maybe we drink on occasion, perhaps. I would like that very much, yes. Michael smiles and motions for the barkeep. A drink appears in your hand soon after. A toast to us, then. Demon slayers and supernatural investigators. What a fate I've stumbled into. He takes a sip of the deep red liquid before settling the glass back down, giving you his undivided attention.
Let's see.
So, what brings you to seek me out like this? Got some curiosity you need sated? Yes, all of these, I guess. We'll just start from the top. You're not much for keeping a low profile.
Tell me about...
For someone who's considered an outlaw, you're not that good at keeping a low profile, are you?
I find it's a balance you have to tread. Blend in too much, and people will think you are shifty. Be loud and colorful, and people will take notice. But if you're quiet and colorful, well, people will still notice, honestly, but there's no fun in dressing like a fugitive.
Am I dressed like a fugitive? I'm in all black.
If my handsome clothes are what end up getting me killed, that's a fair trade for being fashionable, is it not?
Yeah, if you say so. Wild mage. So, a wild mage, huh? Curious, are we? Don't worry, I'm not nearly as interesting as the stories make us wild ones out to be. I'm a mage, but I didn't study at the proper school, and am therefore considered a dangerous individual. That's horrible, but you are dangerous. Or talk about throwing stones. Sure. I bet a bunch of those people calling you dangerous didn't go to school either. And quite a lot of them are pretty dangerous as well. But the truly dangerous ones, the ones who went to schools. Big, expensive ones made by the very magic they fear. Studying their verses under the glow of mage lights. The irony never fails to amuse me. Why didn't you go to the mage college?
I wonder.
Why is it that you never went to the academy? I thought the government had people scout out kids with the talent and bring them in. It wasn't like they didn't try. My past is not that interesting, to be honest. I don't know if I believe that, but it isn't exactly a cheery fairy tale either. One best not bring down the mood in such pleasant company. Maybe I'll share it with you some other time. Sure. I mean, we did just meet, so I'm not. I know we haven't. We have to reach, like, you know, friendship level 6 before I can unlock your backstory, probably. So I'm not gonna get annoyed. I understand. That's understandable. Let's talk about something else then. I should get going. Let's talk about. I totally get it. On a completely different note, I am leaving now. Bye.
See you around.
I should get back to this whole mission quest thing. Michael smiles and picks up his glass.
All right.
Very well then. I'll be here if you have any more questions.
So, Anne, I take it you're from the Mage Academy.
That would be correct. And you are a wild mage, an unauthorized practitioner of magic.
Saying it like that makes it sound a lot more exciting than it is.
Don't you ever get tired? Being on the run, having to live your life in secret? It sounds exhausting.
What can I say? I just really don't like doing homework.
I feel that. Alright, let's do the flower shop.
Welcome back.
Oh, Kit, you're back already? Oh yeah, because we got samples for them. That's what... I was like, what is the plot thing that's going on here? We got samples for Quinn, so they can try to, like, investigate what happened to the forest. What can I do for you? Oh, and Anne is here. Hello, Quinn. It's been a while.
How lovely.
Anne, how lovely to see you. I was wondering if you would end up burying yourself down in the mines for your entire stay. That was the plan, but as luck would have it, I've found something much more interesting to write about than magic crystals. Sure. How do you two know each other again?
So...
Actually,
Anne and I both graduated from the Mage Academy. Not the same class, but, you know, it's a small place. Only you would find a massive castle small. But I guess you never liked to be cooped up indoors for too long. Unlike you, who'd be happy in a box as long as you get to bring a book. If the box is comfy, then sure. Quinn laughs and shakes their head. So what brings you all back to my shop? You can't possibly have time to just make social calls. I have your samples.
We did it.
We went out to the forest and I gathered your samples. Can you use them to figure out what happened to the forest?
That's wonderful.
Kit, this is amazing. I should be furious you went out there, though. I wasn't alone. I went with the cop lady. In the chat. And if I fits, I sits. Yeah, see? At least you didn't go alone. It's just, I can't help but feel something bad is about to happen. It's like a slow storm rolling in and I can't stop it. I'll get straight to work. I'll let you know as soon as I've learned anything new. That's all for now.
I'll be off then.
See you later, Quinn.
Take care.
Take care and try to stay out of trouble.
Oh, and Anne,
Yes?
do drop by from time to time while you're here, won't you?
I see you laughing at me calling Victoria the cop lady, but she is! Am I wrong?
I miss our game nights.
Okay. I'll see if I can find some time.
Perfect. I'll see you around.
Alright. Ooh, the market. Oh, okay. I guess we can properly talk to Anne there. From the chat. It's accurate, but it's still funny. Fair. The town square is busy and buzzing with people, eager to share stories and gossip with one another. However, one lone figure stands out, staying off to the side and staring at the crowd with apprehension. Why did that word trip me up so much? What are you up to? Can I join you? Observing the human species? What are you doing? Sure, we'll do... Since so many of the adventurous choices I don't like, and this one is fine, so let's do this one.
Hello.
Hello, Anne. What are you up to? Some kind of exciting mage research? That wasn't really... What? I thought you were just gonna say what it said up there, but you didn't. Alright. I wish. Quinn insisted I take a walk and get to know the town. I honestly don't see the point, as I will be leaving this place soon, but here I am anyway. Enemy Valley is actually a really nice place. I'm not a fan either. I'd say it's a really nice place when there's not, you know, demons going around possessing people.
Well...
Quinn is right. Enemy Valley is a really nice place once you get to know it a bit better. Right. I'll need more concrete evidence than that to be convinced. Was there something you wanted, by the way? I might as well keep you here while I pretend to be sightseeing. That way, if we get chased down by an angry mob, there will be at least two of us running. Sure. We'll just go top to bottom. So, I'm curious. What exactly is it you think you'll discover from researching Mime and me?
If things pan out right, then these experiments might yield a solution to the Empire's shortage of magic energy.
Sorry, I like that there's a romance option in response to that. That's funny. Let's see, there's a shortage of magic?
Really?
I thought the general gospel of the Empire is that there is too much magic in the world.
So...
That would be their public opinion, yes. Privately, most people in big cities and capitals enjoy the commodities that magic provides them with. Of course. That's how it always works. From their mage light lamps, self-driving horse carriages... Can they be called horse carriages if they don't have horses? Orbs of communication, you name it. The complacent lifestyle is dependent on all these magical items, and every single one of them is powered by a magic crystal. Now, crystals are great for this purpose, but there are only so many to go around. Which means the cost of those crystals steadily continues to rise, which in turn gives a disproportionate amount of power to those who own the crystal mines since there's no alternative. But you don't need a crystal. You're a completely normal, no magic human using an alchemy table without any clear power source. The sprite of Anne. If I can figure out how you do it, it might very well change the world as we know it. That's an admirable goal. I thought you didn't like these people. I bet they'll be extremely grateful. I thought you didn't like these people.
Really?
I thought you didn't like the non-magic people. That's not what I didn't. I thought these people meant people who shun magic, but then, you know, want to benefit from it. Not all non-magic people. That's not what I wanted to say, but alright, I guess you're saying that. I thought you didn't like non-magic people. You could be putting a lot of effort into helping some people you don't care for. Oh, I don't care. Not the slightest. But if what I'm researching becomes a great academic discovery that might benefit them, I'll take it. I'll take it. Gaining my professor title is all that matters, and I'm simply taking the quickest route to get to it. Then I can go back to doing whatever research I want, and the world can continue to slowly destroy itself for some dumb other reason. Oh, that's a great outlook, Anne. What? What's the point of your research if the world's gonna be destroyed? Or like, okay, whatever.
I wonder.
You and Quinn seem close. What's up with that? Quinn is one of those people who grows on you over time, and once ensnared, they'll not stop shoving all their friendship and love on you.
They are my best friend, honestly.
We were both rather quirky compared to some of the other kids growing up at the academy. Despite Quinn being a year ahead of me, we just clicked and have remained strong friends since. Why do you want to become a professor so badly?
Tell me about...
You keep returning to this professor thing. Why do you want to become one so badly?
That makes sense.
I guess it wouldn't make much sense for someone who isn't a mage, but I'll try to explain. Once a mage has graduated from the academy, we're thrown out. Some would call it being reassigned to professional positions, but that just means we get thrown out into a job we didn't choose in a random city we don't know. Then we have to work the rest of our lives praying that we don't make a mistake that'll land us in prison, or worse. The Mage Academy is the only place where we can be free to practice our craft without having the fear that a simple mistake or misunderstanding could be the end of us. But the only people who get to stay at the academy after graduation are the professors. Those few experts who are allowed to study their craft to the benefit of all, the ones tasked with teaching the next generation. That's what I want for myself, hence my current trial. Alright.
I'll be off then.
We should probably get back to the mission at hand.
Bye then.
You're right. The sooner we get this demon nonsense out of the way, the sooner I can begin running some tests on you and Mime. Oh boy! I'm so excited about that prospect. Let's talk with Victoria, and then we'll talk to Elizabeth. The streets outside the shop are busy as usual, but people take a wide berth around the alchemy shop when they pass. Whether it's the rumors of the fire or Victoria's imposing figure scaring them off is anyone's guess. Find anything suspicious? You're scaring the customers. Want some tea? I'll say find anything suspicious. I know I did not say did you find anyone suspicious. I said anything. Have you found anyone acting suspiciously? The only suspicious thing happening around here all stems from you, so no. People are acting quite predictably. I would be more concerned if they didn't act like this. In any case, was there something you wanted? Your powers.
About that.
When that demon attacked in the shop, you cut it down like it was nothing. Where did you learn to fight like that?
Look,
That's a rather obvious question, isn't it? I'm a knight. Sometimes knights have to fight, so I learned. It's that simple. Knights don't fight demons.
I have some questions.
Knights don't usually fight demons, though. In fact, I believe only demon hunters and mages have that skill. So how did you do it? You're free to believe whatever you want. I'm confident in my ability to both slay both demon and human, and that is all you need to know. Just keep pestering it. You're not going to answer my questions, are you? You're not going to tell me where your power comes from, are you?
no.
You catch on quick. Why? Because it's magic?
About that.
Are you... I've... Oh, okay, my mouse died. Hold on. The cursor stopped moving. It's inaccurate to say that my mouse died. It's just that, like, the battery slipped just out of place or something. Because it's not like I replaced the battery, I just moved it around. In chat, illegal magic? That's what I'm saying. She's like, she's one of those people that looks down on, or is like suspicious of magic, looks down on it, and she probably uses it herself. From the chat, the mouse wanted to give her a nose boop. Yes, that's what you get. You just get a nose boop for not answering questions. That woman, Alethea, just who is she to you?
What is it?
She's my commander, one of the greatest the Empire's ever had. I get my orders from her and carry them out. That's that.
I'll be off
That's
then.
all I wanted to discuss. Finally, let's get back to our mission. Rude.
Welcome back.
Oh, hello there, kids. Welcome back. Did you need something? Ooh, we can do... Okay, I'll say I have the ingredients from Quinn.
So,
I picked up the ingredients from Quinn. It won't refill our stock, but it should be enough to get us started.
Well done.
Excellent. Yes, these will do nicely. Are you ready to give that alchemy locket of yours a try, then? Let's do
I'll do
it! I'm ready. Let's do this. I mean... What am I mixing, though? There we go. Like, okay, now we have some options here. How about we do... Press mix to begin mixing ingredients. Match any pattern to discover a recipe. This is one I see on there. Ooh, we made mosquito repellent. 2 stars. By completing your alchemy book, you will impress Elizabeth, and she might be willing to share more about her past. Had a little hiccup there. Yes, you just... Okay, yeah. Why don't they show me what I can do until I put ingredients down? Okay, so we did mosquito repellent, so that's that one. I guess we'll do... This looks like one.
whoa, look at that!
Alright, so that's just a regular headache remedy because we did the stronger one. Oop. Oh, okay, there we go. Now you can kind of see what's going on here. Can we... Okay, actually, I'm gonna get rid of that. We'll do 2 of those. Yes.
Another discovery!
Sleeping draft. Okay. So that's that.
Whoa, look at that!
Oh, okay. I guess we didn't officially unlock the strong headache remedy before. Okay, and there's just one more that was listed. At least we have. Yeah. Oh, I've now realized the question mark is where the name of it would be. Got it. I understand now. I'm gonna get rid of that one actually. Okay, so we do that, create
Another discovery!
healing potion. Cool. Alright. So we've done them all. I don't really want to try to go for the full stars because there's like different. I didn't point it out when we were there, but you could see when you go to a specific recipe page, it'll tell you like you have like some conditions you can meet to get like a higher rank of potion. So it's like only using 2 ingredients or making it in only 1 turn. Or limited number of turns or whatever they want from you to do. So if you do that, then you can get, more stars. So I think all of those I got like 2 stars on them. So I did 2 of the they're not requirements is the thing, but just 2 of the added challenges, I guess, for them. But anyways, we'll have opportunity to come back. You can usually come back here anytime when you're choosing locations and just mess around with the little alchemy stuff. But anyway, we'll move on. Done for now? Very well. You step away from the table and glance over your recipe book. There are still new potions for you to discover. Perhaps you should come back and try to fill it out later. You might impress Elizabeth. I have some questions.
I see.
Of course. What would you like to know? Oh,
I'll
nothing,
be
I
off
guess,
then.
actually.
Be careful out there.
Thanks. Okay, I was like, what do you want me to do? Okay, we just have to return home for the night. It's getting late. Are you ready to retire for the night? Make sure you visited everyone you wanted to before proceeding. Alright, this is going to end this section. I've chatted with everyone I wanted and I'm ready to retire for the day. That means something's gonna happen. The sun is setting over the town of Anemone Valley, and you and your strange group of companions have returned to the alchemy shop. Oh, we're all staying here? As everyone gets settled, you and Elizabeth stand together, observing this strange group. Can they help clean up?
Well, child, when I originally sent you out to bring back ingredients, this is not what I had in mind.
Yeah, this is like Elizabeth's home too, and mine. Just moving in 4 people.
Mage, you keep your hands to yourself.
Uh-oh.
I won't have you cooking up some vile magic using the remains of this shop.
Victoria, calm down, please.
I was simply trying to be a helpful guest, picking up some of the debris. But if you don't trust my abilities, perhaps Anne would be so kind as to use some of her tinker magic to fix this.
I specialize in magic-infused items, Michael. I can't just repair any chair or table I come across.
Then what use are you? Just kidding.
So you have specialized mages for fixing a table.
Well, of course not. The mages specializing in furniture do both chairs and tables. Don't be absurd.
And you wonder why I don't get magic from the Mage Academy.
Elizabeth sighs.
It seems every time I send you outside on an errand, you return with more and more eccentric characters. I fear I should put you on house arrest.
I always liked pets. I'm sorry about this, or we're making a difference. I'll say sorry. It's because there's a
I
yeah.
am so sorry for all of this, Elizabeth. I never meant for this to.
I mean, okay, I know it sounds sad, but you didn't have to be that sad about it. I don't understand I'm clearly not getting the vibe of many of these choices I'm making, but that's okay. We're just gonna power through.
It was merely a jest, child. Do not fret. I understand why you brought these people here, and I respect Victoria's judgment.
Okay. I'm glad you said respect and not trust.
I just worry all of this activity will draw unwanted attention to us.
Yeah. Oh, like this? There's a sudden knock on the door, and the conversation dies.
This is strange. Who could that be at this hour?
Probably nothing good. But we'll see. Elizabeth walks over to answer the door, and she has barely turned the handle when it bursts open. Oh, great, this fucking guy. In the chat, expectation, sorry, versus reality, I'm so sorry. Exactly. You get it. And having to deal with this fucking guy. See, after this encounter would be the time to do actually, like, I'm so sorry for this, Elizabeth, because we encouraged this guy to stop by because he's a piece of shit. But before this, that wasn't a big deal. The imposing figure of Goldner forces his way in, sneering at the group that awaits him inside. If you hate us so much, why do you keep showing up? Chat Nandor voiced this fucking guy.
Good evening, Madam Alchemist. I hope you don't mind a bit of a surprise visit.
Actually, we do. So much. We do mind so much. Oh! And you brought other people. Great. I love this. Everything's so awesome tonight. 2 more men step into the shop. Their figures imposing as they push past the mine owner and into the shop. Elizabeth keeps her cool, but you notice her knuckles turning white as she clutches her cane.
Messer Goldner, what an unexpected surprise. What brings you here at this late hour?
Oh! There's a crash as one of the men roughly pushes the remains of a bookshelf aside in order to make his way out to the kitchen. Why the fuck are you going in our kitchen, bro? Are you gonna steal our food too? In the chat, oh no, they're multiplying, and then in all caps, excuse you, sir. Goldner grins smugly.
Merely the concerns of a good neighbor.
Uh-huh. I totally believe you.
You see, the lads and I have been quite distraught about these strange occurrences.
Uh-huh. The lads.
First the forest, and then this strange fire. And now it has come to our attention that an outlander is sneaking around somewhere in town.
Sorry. Forest, yeah, very weird thing. But this strange fire? People set our shop on fire. What do you mean strange? It was literally townspeople. The strange part is that it was being amplified, their anger was being amplified by a demon. That's the strange part, not the fire. It didn't magically happen. They set our shop on fire. What the fuck are you talking about, my guy? Oh, jeez.
We were merely concerned and wanted to check in on you, to make sure he hasn't been hiding out somewhere in the remains of your shop.
We live here, dude. People live here. Like, it's not like we leave it unattended. Thanks. There's a crash out the back, the sound of something shattering. I think I'll go with your friends are very clumsy.
Your friends sure are a set of clumsy fellows. Are they like this when you invite them home for tea, too? Must be a hassle.
I remember you.
Yeah. I would be concerned for you if you forgot the things that happened just a few hours beforehand.
You were down at the flower shop as well. Magic filth plotting together, are you? No wonder we citizens have to take matters into our own hands.
Fucking... You mine magic crystals. I mean, you don't. But your business is magic crystals. Are you not magic filth? You're just as much magic filth as we are. Yeah. Calling the kettle black.
Talk about pots and kettles. The mines have made you rich by providing resources to magic scum like me. So what exactly does that make you?
You filthy little.
You know as soon as the words leave your mouth that you've struck a nerve. Gulder's face contorts into something ugly. And he raises his hand.
That is quite enough.
Did he hit me? Or did Elizabeth smack his hand out of the way? Okay. Okay. Elizabeth moves way too quickly for such an old lady, her cane smacking the man's hand roughly away before he can hit you. Okay. Elizabeth, he attempted to smack, but she smacked him first. I also see in the chat, who smacked?
I have tolerated your abhorrent behavior for the sake of keeping things civil, but I will not tolerate you laying even a finger on my apprentice.
I'm sorry, I was pushing him on purpose because I thought it was funny. Not that it gives him the right to do that, but I shouldn't have pushed things. But how can you not when he looks like that? I see in the chat, who smacked, and then, oh nice, and you realize it's Elizabeth, and then counter smack. Yeah, she parried that. You have never heard this tone in Elizabeth's voice, ever. Sure, you've seen her mad, but this is something entirely different. A level of absolute raw fury that makes even the man before her shrink back under her assault.
This is... Don't you dare speak like this to me. Do you even understand what you're doing?
Oh, I understand perfectly. Now, be so kind as to get lost.
Do you think Elizabeth's gonna scold us? The man looks furious, eyes flickering between you and your teacher. Oh yeah, I forgot the little star symbol means that other people will help. You know, I feel like a united front here with all of us would be really good and fun. I mean, it's gonna bite us in the ass later, but this is already gonna bite us in the ass later, so let's bring everyone into it, why not? Yeah, Victoria. Do something. Threaten someone who deserves it for once, please. Victoria stands up, her hand lazily coming to rest on the hilt of her sword, red eyes glaring holes through the man.
Oh, we're having a brawl.
A brawl! Okay, that's not what I meant. Things are already bad enough around here. If there's gonna be a brawl, please take it outside.
Wait, we're what?
Anne. The guys from the back return and take one look at Victoria's glare before quickly excusing themselves and rushing through the room and out the front door. Goldner looks flustered and frustrated, but even he can see the battle is lost and sniffs dismissively.
Very well. I shall take my leave.
And stay gone.
But be warned. This is not the last you will hear about this.
The man leaves, slamming the door behind him, and there's a collective sigh of relief in the room.
Really? That was it? And here I thought we were going to have some fun.
Quiet, mage, or you'll be thrown right out with him.
Oh, Victoria, your bright spirit never fails to lighten up the mood.
Elizabeth lets out a low chuckle and slumps against her cane, looking awfully pale. We already were like overly apologetic earlier. If we hadn't gone so hard, I would say sorry now, but I'll just ask if she's okay.
Are you okay?
Come here, let's sit down. Elizabeth chuckles as you carefully guide her over to a chair so she can sit down for a moment. No need to fret, child. I'm fine. Just a bit more excitement than I'm used to, that's all. It's my own fault, though, for not wanting to admit sooner that this was the obvious outcome. That man has been on our case for years now, always looking for a chance to get in and wreak havoc on our hard-won peace.
That seems odd.
Just who were they looking for, anyway? What did they mean by Outlander? They are a people of mountain dwellers living beyond the borders of the Alethian Empire. They are a reclusive society that rarely interacts with any of their neighboring states. The fact that one of them shows up here at this time, it's highly suspicious.
A stranger far away from home, caught in a local conflict due to their race. How very predictable.
Will those people hurt them if they find them first? We gotta find them first and get some answers. The enemy of my enemy. I'm sure they're gonna try to hurt them. They were destroying our shop trying to look for them. I think they're gonna hurt them. But I'll ask it anyway.
I'll do it.
We have to help them, right? If Goldner and his goons find them, There's no telling what they'll do.
You do realize.
What, you want to go outside? Don't you think it's best if we stay out of this? We're already in way too much trouble for my liking. Come on now, Anne, my dear. Where's your hero's spirit? Some poor fellow was out there in the city being chased by an angry mob. Don't you want to lend a hand? Anne just glares at him dully, then sighs. I guess we could go take a look.
Okay.
I agree that catching this person first seems to be in our interest, but he could have gone anywhere in town by now. Outlanders are magical beings though, right? So shouldn't a hunter like you be able to track him down?
About that.
Well, was that a confirmation or dismissal, Victoria? We should at least give it a try, right? He might have important information that could help us. I'm loath to admit it, but I agree with you, Mime.
We don't have a lot of time, but paragons help you if any of you try something funny.
Fun? In your presence? Perish the thought.
You head out into the streets and begin your search. Victoria takes the lead, hand firmly planted on the hilt of her sword and eyes hard and focused. The streets are quiet at this late hour, and you notice nothing suspicious on your way to the market square.
So, Victoria, you can sense magic as well?
I guess that explains how you found me out in the forest back then.
Actually,
Oh, okay. Actually, hunters can't sense magic. It's the swords they carry that guide them towards chaotic magic. They are holy weapons forged by rituals following the teachings of Isith, the paragon and founder of the Mage Academy. I guess I shouldn't be surprised you would know about these practices, Anne.
hunters did save my life by bringing me to the academy, so I've made it a point to be well informed.
Saved your life, huh? Also, Michael, would you stop that? I'm trying to concentrate.
What's Michael doing? You turn to Michael, who's smirking innocently, a little purple flame dancing in his palm. Oh, he's making it harder for her to tell where the magic's coming from. In the chat, did Anne just actually mime? Oh, well, yes, she did. She would love the show actually, like Magic Edition.
Sorry. I was just curious as to how effective the holy weapon of yours was.
Honestly, all I see is the piece of dragon bone strapped at the hilt of your sword.
Really?
Dragon bone? It's quite the rare material. The dragons have been gone for centuries after all. But it's quite popular in the use of weapon making, since it provides the wielder with a bit of an edge, so to say, over their magical opponents.
Don't be absurd. Dragons? Really? That sounds like a fairy tale. Victoria, don't you agree?
Victoria's gonna be like, deadpan face, like, don't engage, don't give a hint, trying so hard to keep a poker face. Oh, okay, fine. But Victoria doesn't answer, her head snapping to the side at the same time as Mime's ears perk up in attention. Guys, I'm sensing another burst of spirit energy. In that instant, a familiar kid comes shooting around the corner, wide-eyed and out of breath.
Alchemist! I'm so glad I found... I was going to the alchemy shop, but... Ronan, my brother, I saw him.
Uh-huh. Well done. Are you okay? You did. Where? I mean, that's important.
Great.
You did? Where did you see him? Kim tries to speak, but only wheezing comes out. Give him a moment, kid. I think he's turning blue. Kim takes a long, deep breath and pulls himself together.
Well?
My brother. He was with a group of people, and they were dragging this tall guy with them. I followed them out of town. It looked like they went to the mines. I mean, we did ask them. I forget exactly what we asked him to do, if anything, or if he just said that he would be on the lookout for his brother. I'll just say that's brilliant, Cam. He didn't go into the mines, so...
Awesome.
Well done, Kim. We'll go investigate at once.
Really?
I'm coming along too. I want to help. Say you've done enough.
Actually...
You've done enough, Kim. Please trust us that we can do our work now, too.
Fine. I'll leave it to you, but please take care, okay?
Kim leaves and you follow his directions to the mines. But is he following us? I guess we'll see. You arrive and head inside, the faint glow of the crystals, the only thing lighting your way. Once you go in further, you notice someone standing guard. You're pretty sure you've seen him around town, buying flowers from Quinn's shop, but now his expression is empty, eyes unfocused, like he isn't entirely there. Like he's possessed, perhaps?
Yep.
Oh.
That one's definitely influenced by a spirit.
This is bad. If he sees us, then he'll alert whoever is in there. There's no obvious way to sneak up on him either. Don't you know some alchemy remedy that might help us out? Yes, I do! We made a sleep draft! We can do that, we can put him to sleep. Actually, I mean, I don't really know how it works. Like, do you just throw it at them? Like, splash them with it and they fall asleep, or do they have to drink it? Maybe something that will knock him out for a bit? That's not a bad idea. Though you should probably be careful not to hurt him. You say that, but witnesses are such a hassle. I see the suggestion in chat is pocket sand. Alright, okay, so if we do that, then, oops, that's not what I wanted. Yay! Oh, use this potion, yes. So wait, what is it? Use 1 turn or less. Use 2 turns and 2 ingredients or less. You craft the potion and take a moment to weigh the vial in your hands before you throw it into the cave. Okay, so it's literally just... Alright. It's an area effect thing, not a consumable. I mean, it could be both. The glass shatters and a thin white mist spreads. The guard looks around, startled, making a move to run, and then immediately slumps forward, collapsing on the floor.
Well, isn't this neat?
Hopefully with no head trauma, but that was effective. Alchemy can be kinda scary. He'll be fine.
Actually...
As opposed to, wait, what? As opposed to what? Killing him? Or like putting him to a coma? What does this mean? Don't worry, I made sure the potion only knocked him out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right? Fascinating. It makes me curious just what other stuff this harmless type of magic is capable of. Don't get any ideas. We should move while we still have the element of surprise. Always so cold. Very well, let's go. Michael, I'm thinking this, I am wondering the same thing. Yeah, in the chat, put him to sleep, ... in a farm upstate. He's just, yeah, he's just gone to visit grandma up at the farm. It's fine, don't worry about it. You wander deeper into the mines. The passage ends in an open cave. Hiding behind a pile of big rocks, someone is standing in the center. A man is on his knees on the cold cave floor, and before them stands Ronan in his frightening demon form.
You have to excuse my lack of manners, but I am growing impatient. Me and my brethren here have been waiting quite a while for this moment. And your stubborn hero charade is honestly starting to piss me off. So, I will ask you, for the last time, how do we break the seal?
The man on the ground is unlike anyone you have ever seen before. His skin is a colorless gray, hair white as snow, but along his exposed arm runs glowing blue markings like crystal ore, and when he looks up to glare at the demon, his eyes are alight with the same gemstone glow.
You are fooling yourself if you think I'd ever bargain with a demon. Your end will come soon enough, and you will return to your prison once more.
Ronan lets out a low cackle.
And you believe that you will be the one to do that? The valiant hero swooping in to save the day? How well is that working out for you?
My failure is my shame to bear. I cannot change that.
Ooh, now you can see his arm.
But I refuse to add any more regrets to my name. I will tell you nothing.
And it's good that there are other ways for me to gain your cooperation.
With a wave of his hand, a demon appears at his side, tall and lanky with soulless eyes, staring down at the Outlander almost hungrily. The Outlander looks mildly queasy, but hides it well behind a sneer.
So you intend to have this one possess me? You don't have the courage to do so yourself.
Ooh.
I usually prefer to be more hands-on. However, this body I'm inhabiting still has its uses, so I can't give it up quite yet. Do not fear, though. My brother here is quite capable of the task.
The demon moves in and the Outlander tries to shift away, but there's nowhere to go. You observe the cave carefully, feeling a spark of nerves settle in your stomach. So this is what you agreed to back when you made the deal with Alethea. These demons are not kidding around. You know from first-hand experience that something has to be done. Your answer will impact the story going forward. Confidence, I am ready for this. I accept the path I have chosen and I will emerge victorious. Or doubts. I am afraid I have taken on too much, but I will push through my fears to do what is right. I kind of like the idea of being adventurous, but also having doubts. But having the doubts, but yeah, pushing through them anyways. Because the other option is standing by and doing nothing, and you don't want to do that. I think doubts is more interesting, potentially. We'll see how it actually turns out. You breathe in through your nose, closing your eyes to find your resolve, and then you step out into the cave on shaking legs, hands balled into fists as you yell.
Enough, Ronan. I won't let you hurt any more people.
Ronan's red eyes turn to you, and his head tilts curiously to the side with a wicked grin. It's like, didn't I kill you already?
Well, if it isn't the little alchemist. I could have sworn
Yeah.
I left you dead in a ditch not too long ago. How interesting.
You did, kinda.
Well, that gives me a welcome opportunity to thank you. If it hadn't been for your timely arrival back in that alley, I would never have succeeded in possessing this foolish human properly. But, alas, you are not useful to me now. So it's time for you to die. For real this time.
Super for real this time, not clickbait. Alchemist is dead for reals. And then from the chat, I see, I like the depths that doubt might bring. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not going to happen.
Thanks, Michael.
I agree.
And Anne. And Victoria.
After all, it would be a hassle if my guinea pig was to die before I even got to start my research.
Thanks, Anne.
You and Mime do what you have to do. We'll make sure you're not interrupted.
Thanks, Victoria.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Aha! Did it! Pathetic. Are you calling yourself that? It seems I have underestimated you, Alchemist. Trust me when I say that will not happen again. The man disappears into the shadows. You turn to the stranger on the ground, who watches you curiously. Are you alright? Not having the best day, huh? Time to get some answers. I mean, let's make sure he's alright, I guess. Maybe not having the best day, huh? You look like someone who could use a hand. You say, walking up to him, and the stranger lets out a low chuckle as you help untie his hands.
Thank you.
Help would be most appreciated, yes. Thank you. He looks up at you, and his eyes are piercing, glowing orbs of light. They're beautiful, if a little bit unnerving. Romance? You couldn't just do nothing? Happy to help, or be happy he didn't stab you. That's what happened to me yesterday. Should we bring it up? God. Maybe just happy to help. Oh wait, I just looked over in the chat and I see stabbed through the heart and you're to blame. Yeah, yesterday sucked. I'll just say happy to help. Oh, from chat, I was gonna say I'd be surprised if he couldn't at least attempt to romance this guy. No, he is a romance option. All of the companions, minus Mime, are romance options.
Happy to help.
We've had run-ins with that guy ourselves before, and we couldn't just let him keep on threatening people. Have we? I don't think we collectively have had a run-in with him before now. He looks past you to where the others are standing, and he bows his head deeply.
I am most grateful to all of you. That was quite a dangerous situation I found myself in.
Yeah, you really got yourself in a fine mess there. Just who are you, and how did you end up captured by such fine people.
My name is Caden. And as for how I came to be here, I was trying to help stop these demons leaking out of their prison. However, my efforts seem to have done nothing more than make the situation worse.
So you had something to do with the demons escaping into town?
Okay, don't threaten him, Victoria. Don't do it. Victoria. Victoria's hand is already reaching towards her sword. Michael tuts.
How about we let the man talk before you draw that thing?
Right?
That's new.
You said you were trying to stop the demons from escaping some prison? Does that mean the spirits were locked away somewhere nearby? That is correct. This underground cavern hosts one of the few known demon prisons within the borders of the Alethian Empire. The underground crystal ore seems to have been used to form a protective seal. Not unlike how the Goddess of Mercy won the final battle of the dragons by casting a spell. Yeah, my history knowledge is not too great. Can you explain? Anyone else getting this? Let's see, can you explain?
What?
What are you talking about? Goddess of Mercy? This isn't making any sense to me. Could you please explain?
I don't understand.
You don't know. How is that possible? Maybe the Dags use other terms? These are all legends of the old religion. I'm afraid, my tall friend. I mean, I guess he's taller than you. He doesn't look that much taller than you. For you to be pointing out his tallness. I'm afraid, my tall friend, that you will have to fill us in, as these stories are not commonly told among people in this land anymore.
How curious.
Well, that's puzzling.
I suppose I can give it a try. Though I am no bard.
A great many centuries ago, before there were humans or outlanders, the Elder Ones who inhabited the continent were at war with the ancient dragons. The war ended when one of the 7 gods, the Goddess of Mercy, cast a spell that sealed away the spirits of the dragons for good. The world was finally at peace, and she and her brethren disappeared. This legend inspired many powerful mages in the centuries to come. They strived to create similar spells to get rid of unfavorable spirits, and these ancient spells relied on the crystals that occur naturally beneath this continent to fuel their seal. My people hold records over many such spirit prisons spread out across the continent, one of which resides under this valley. When we became aware that humans were now mining this resource, we suspected that might have unfavorable consequences. It weakened the seal. Exactly.
I came here to mend the damage that had been done. Though, looking back now, I probably should have gone about this differently.
Uh-oh.
I had brought with me an artifact for the task, and was in the midst of performing the ritual to mend the rift, when one of the miners interrupted me. I'm actually not too sure what happened after. The ritual failed, and I woke up in that man, Goldner's, estate. I learned that he was the one in charge of the mining activity, and tried to explain the situation to him. However, he proved to be quite difficult.
Yeah. That's certainly one word for him. That sounds about right. So Goldner's to blame for this mess. You got unlucky. Sure. We'll be annoyed at Goldner, because we hate him.
So Goldner's the one who's to blame for the demons? Why am I not surprised?
That blasted idiot refused to listen to reason.
Yeah, those are some better words to use to describe him.
Kept me locked up for days. And when I finally made a lucky escape, he and his goons chased me all across town. And I lost them. but then ran straight into those demon-possessed humans and, well, you know the rest.
Looks like you've had a real stellar introduction to the outside world.
How shocking.
This is all so much new information, my head's spinning. Dragon spirits? The mines? What are we going to do about all this?
Figure it out. Goldner must pay. We have to save the seal. I mean, I would like to do both. But I think the demons are the bigger problem.
We have to do something about this seal. Making sure no more demons escape should be our first priority.
Do you think we should ask Alithia for help? I mean, I know you're an awesome knight, Victoria, but would it make more sense to have, I don't know, more people here?
I am afraid it's not that simple. While I do think Caden's story is worth looking into, the people in charge of the Knights aren't easily going to dispatch people and possibly cause panic. Not when the only witness is a foreigner.
Ah, of course.
Well, what do you know, Victoria? I didn't think I'd see the day a knight would admit the system was corrupt. Honesty suits you.
Oh, get lost, Michael.
I never said the Empire was perfect,
But unlike you, I prefer to make positive changes while keeping order, instead of simply burning the whole thing down.
You say that as if the world weren't already on fire.
Is no one going to address the fact that all of this is based on, what, a legend? Dragons and spells of some forgotten goddess? None of this is based on factual information.
The records kept by my people are not lacking.
Yeah, just because you don't know about it, and doesn't mean it's not factual.
If you want proof, then I am sure we can cross-reference it with any of this town's records.
That's going to be difficult.
I don't follow.
Back before our dear Academy mage was born, the Empire decided keeping records was too troublesome.
Oh?
It's much easier to appear competent after all, when all proof of your past mistakes disappears. So all such documents were destroyed.
Oh, that's great. Just trying to erase history. Love that.
Whatever records they might have had in this town, they are gone. Together with the people who wrote them.
Awesome.
So the people would willingly destroy their own history? That's madness.
Welcome to human society.
I trust Caden.
His story does seem to match up with what we've experienced, and I don't see any reason why he would lie. I trust him for now. His story at least warrants some investigation, don't you agree?
I still think this is a waste of time, but whatever. Do as you please.
Whatever. With Anne appeased for the moment, she's not really appeased. She's just... It's too much effort to keep arguing against it. With Anne, quote-unquote, appeased for the moment, Victoria turns to the Outlander, questions in her eyes.
You mentioned some kind of spell that could stop this?
I brought an artifact with me that has the power needed to mend tears in seals like these.
Uh-huh.
If I'd succeeded in stabilizing it, then things could have gone back to the way they were. As long as no one went and broke it again.
Did you say powerful artifact?
Oh, now she's interested.
Anne, please calm yourself. You'll scare the man.
The artifact is one of my people's most valuable treasures. However...
Well, what are you waiting for? Hand it over so I can take a look.
Girl. Just because you want to see it doesn't mean you're entitled to it. Also, he did say, however, something happened to it.
Goldner took it, didn't he?
He did. I have no idea where he might have taken it.
Great. Now what?
We should get it back if it's already stolen. We don't have much of a choice. I mean, we should get it back.
We have to get that artifact back and finish the ritual.
You know, we can't just waltz into the man's home and steal something.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna steal from someone, you don't waltz into their home, you break into their home. Duh.
As a noble, no doubt he has all sorts of security to protect himself.
You're right. We should just kill this Goldner guy and stop the mining. That would be the easy solution.
I like your gumption, Michael, but I don't think killing him would stop it.
How in the world is that the better solution?
No one will have to die if we work smart. And trust me, you wouldn't survive the aftermath of such a scandal.
Spoil sport.
We'll find a way to get the artifact back from Goldner, but we're going in with a proper plan.
Get the artifact back.
There's still much about this whole situation that's too unclear.
Well, if information is what we're after...
Mm-hmm.
Caden, you've got to go through as much of this ritual as you can with me. I also need some detailed descriptions of this artifact we're looking for.
Okay, I'll go. There's no need to pull on me like that.
Guess we're going back to the shop?
Elizabeth, sorry. I mean, you kind of knew we were going out looking for someone, so really you should already be prepared for us to show up with someone else.
I wonder what Elizabeth is going to say to all of this.
I'm gonna be in so much trouble. She's used to it by now. Only one way to find out. I see it in chat. I forgot we still had one more companion to unlock, and then Caden is the only companion that's even appealing as a romance option to me right now. Keyboard smash. Oh no, now preemptive scolding, no! But yeah, let me know your feelings on romance options. I'll go with whoever you're interested in seeing. So she's used to it.
With the way things have been going lately, I'd say she's grown used to these sort of things happening.
Did someone ever really get used to this?
Only one way to find out.
Such a strange group and such a strange quest. I wonder what will become of us all.
Well, you don't have to be quite so ominous, Mime. You leave the mines and return to the shop for the night. Chapter 2! A Broken Legacy. Alright. No, we're gonna... Hold your horses, game. Because first we're gonna take a 10-minute break and then be back to see what we'll get up to in chapter 2. But now we have the whole gang! Yeah. So, it seems like our next step is going to be, well, just like continuing investigating if there's any like demon activity happening. But then our kind of longer term goal is to have a plan to break into Goldner's estate so we can steal back that artifact that he stole from Caden, so that we can come back, do the ritual, fix the seal, stop the demons from coming out, and then I don't know what happens after that, but yeah. So we'll see what we get up to. in 10 minutes. So see you on the other side. Hello and welcome back. In the time I was gone, I went to pet one of my cats and he decided he wanted to play. So he scratched me and now my finger's bleeding. So that's the update from me. Anyways, we've just started chapter 2. What was it called? Broken Legacy or something like that, I think. And here we are. You dreamed that night. A dream of a sparrow and raven sitting side by side, an owl dead beneath their branch. The woods are dark, the trees eerier still, and from their depths step a man wearing a deer skull as a mask. This is only the beginning. Okay. You awake with a start, breathing heavily as the mists of the nightmare fade from your vision. Mime is still fast asleep. Or is she? Do spirits even sleep? You're not sure, but she doesn't stir even as you rise from your bed, the covers feeling damp and suffocating. You step outside your room to breathe. Your little quest comes to a halt, however, when you spot another resident awake at this late hour. Just who I wanted to see. Victoria slips out the front door of the shop and you stand for a moment, weighing your options before you decide to follow. Staying as quiet as possible, you follow Victoria out into the alleyway behind the shop.
Victoria. I am ready to hear your report.
What was that laugh for, lady? You listen in as Victoria relays the day's activities to her commander.
This is where we stand. I believe our next course of action should be to file for a warrant of the Goldner estate, to retrieve the sword and...
I can already guess that's not gonna happen.
That would hardly be a swift solution, would it, Victoria? To file such a request and get it approved might take weeks. And let's not forget, we'd need to disclose the reason why this magical artifact would have been entrusted to you, instead of simply being destroyed.
But the protocol...
Girl...
Sometimes we find ourselves in situations where alternative measures must be taken.
I see in the chat, welcome back. You might have missed it, but I said right when I got back from break that I had gone out to pet one of the cats, Cadbury, and he decided he wanted to play, so now I'm bleeding. That's great. Thank you, Cadbury.
If what this Outlander says is true, and the situation can be resolved by completing this ritual, then that is now your highest priority.
With all due respect, Commander, this magic, we know nothing about it. It's as chaotic as it comes. If the Paragon knew about this...
I have already informed him of the situation, and he agrees with my assessment.
What?
The Paragon agrees. The sacrifice is worth it to keep the peace.
What sacrifice? Hold up. Like, what are you talking about? Do you just mean not following protocol?
Things are not as stable in the capital as they appear to be. An incident like this could cause a lot of unnecessary stress.
I don't like the way she's talking, or how she's phrasing, or what she's talking about. I don't trust her. I mean, she's like an authority figure, like a militant authority figure, so I don't trust her already just because of that.
I won't get into political details. Just know that this is by far the better option.
I'll give you the details so you can make a more informed decision. Or be kept in the loop about things. Because then you might start thinking for yourself, Victoria.
Politics.
Do you understand your orders?
I do.
Very well. I will be awaiting your report of a successful mission then.
The image disappears and you can no longer see Victoria's expression in the dark. I'm gonna sneak away. Do you think we'll be successful? Damn it! Fuck. You slowly back away and stumble over a rock. A second later, a familiar blade is pressed against your throat and you swallow. Yeah, whatever. What are you doing here? Why must your first reaction always be swords?
I can't believe this.
Why is it every time you and I talk there has to be a sword involved? If you weren't being a creep spying on me, maybe I wouldn't have to be on my guard. Why did you even... Ugh, it doesn't matter. I take it you heard all that? Victoria lets out a heavy sigh. It seems there's no other way than to go through with this break-in. Damn it, this is not how I wanted this to go. No, feel bad, Goldner's an ass. Does seem like the best option we have. I'm not too happy with this either. Does seem like the best option we have.
Actually...
We have limited options. This seems like the best we've got. I won't disagree, but this is not how things should work.
I do not want to be the judge of who or what deserves punishment.
Are you sure? You are so quick to judge. I don't want to be the judge. What? You are so quick to jump right to it.
People's opinions are flawed. I am flawed. The system ensures that I don't make a mistake.
But what if, let's use our brains here, let's do some critical thinking here. What if the system is mistaken? What if the system is making mistakes? I know, Victoria, it's a lot, but just use your brain for a second here. The system was made by people who you have just openly admitted people are flawed. Therefore, the system could be flawed. I'm just saying, Victoria, I just want you to think about it for like more than 2 seconds, please. Yeah, okay. Your system is made by people too. Your choice will impact Victoria's path going forward. The system is made by people too.
About that...
Yeah. Well, the system isn't perfect either. If we all agreed that murder was okay, then that would be the law, but it wouldn't be right. I think being able to assess your own morals and stand up to the people in power when you think they are wrong is a true form of courage. Victoria is silent for the longest time, mulling over your words.
No.
No. I don't agree with you. How can a society work without rules? I didn't say there can be no rules. I literally just said that rules aren't inherently good or right or just. I did not say no rules at all, ever. Why should my morals be more valid than someone else's? So inherently, the system with rules in place is like that's what the assumption is, that someone's morals are more valid than someone else's. Like, that's literally, if someone came up with these rules. Victoria, think a little more critically. Like, just, you're so close to getting it. You're like, no, people are flawed. I'm a flawed person. That's why these rules are so important, because people make mistakes, and it's just like that feeling where you're like, oh, you're so close to getting the point. Like, you're right there. If you just like looked a little bit more to the right and saw, like, you'd be right there, you would get it. The dots are so close to being connected. Victoria sighs. Why are we even discussing this? No matter. Go back to bed. I have work to do. Roman, after all that, we're like, you're hot, by the way. I'm gonna ask where she's going. It doesn't need to be suspicious, but I just want to know if we're like working as a team. Where are you going? You. I would have preferred if that wasn't, like, didn't have the suspicious tone with it, but I do want to know where she's going or what she's gonna be doing. Oh, thank you. That's none of your concern. You better not oversleep tomorrow, so go back inside. Victoria disappears down the street and you return to your room with a sigh. In the chat, I see that all caps, you. And then LOL, like from earlier, LOL, no need to check the other option. To be clear, I agree. With talking about the whatever you choose will affect Victoria's story going forward. Yeah, I don't even know what the other thing was. It was like, we need rules or we need a society, whatever that other choice was. And it's like, yeah, obviously. Like, there are, like, outside of just, you know, actual enforced by, like, the system at large or laws, but we also just have, like, social rules and things. That's just like, yeah, of course, those are just, like, inherently a thing that happens. But, so yes, I agree that we do need that, but I think it's more important, for the sake of Victoria, to point out that her, in her mind, her, like, perfect utopia or whatever of the system is not flawed at all, and it is telling me what to do and how to act and be the most perfect person that I can be, is like, someone made those rules. They didn't just appear from the ether. Anyways, and then what was the other thing you said? Oh yeah, going all or nothing with the rules thing, huh, Victoria? LOL. I mean, she's a cop. Are we surprised? Man, are we ever gonna fix this place up? I know, like, I know it means, like, more art, so, like, I get why it's still just the same background, but it is funny, the implication that it's still just as messed up as it was from 2 days ago, and we just have done nothing to clean up, or or anything. We still have this giant broken window, like, literally out the front, I think this is the front door. As you get up to face a new day, the sound of the valley waking up is strikingly normal. But things are not what they used to be. Your mind no longer lingers on mundane issues like your upcoming graduation. What? What? We aren't- what? What do you mean graduation? We aren't in school. Like, what? We're an apprentice. That's not our upcoming graduation. From apprenticeship? There's a graduation for that? Like, there's a set time or something? That's weird. I thought we were just like... okay. Or the flower festival. Instead, it dances around these strange new companions you have gathered and the quest ahead of all of you. Mime, too, seems to be in a more serious mood. She's sitting by the broken window, staring out into the street with a faraway look in her eyes. Are you okay, Mime? Penny for your thoughts. Something interesting outside. We'll ask if she's okay.
Are you okay?
Hey there, Mime. Are you feeling alright? Oh, good morning, Kit. I'm fine. Just zoned out for a moment there.
About that.
This really went and took a turn on us, didn't it? An ancient spirit prison, huh? This is all so much bigger than I thought it'd be. I think because you turned out okay, it didn't really occur to me just how many people would get hurt by this. How many are going to end up like that kid, Kim, losing someone they care about to madness?
I wonder.
I could sense you were hesitant as well. I talked big to Alethea to get us out of a sticky situation, but now that we're actually in the midst of it, do we truly have what it takes to face such a challenge? Yeah, I see. I guess you can graduate from graduate in apprenticeship in a way. Yeah, like I guess the weird part is that, like, in my mind, like, graduation is just like a set thing. So it's like if you're like a one-on-one like mentor-mentee relationship, it's not like, all right, in 2 years from this day you will graduate. Like, it feels more like it'd be, you know, you'd be moving on whenever your mentor decides that you have, you know, gotten to their level or learned what all you can from them, which, again, I guess you could have a graduation from that, but it's, yeah, weird term for that sort of thing, if that's what they mean. I don't know what else it could mean. We're not in school. We have to try our best. I'm scared as well. We can do this. I know it. I think we have to try our best.
About that.
It's important that we try. We won't be perfect, but that's still better than doing nothing.
Maybe, but...
But then what about us? Are we just going to face this danger head on? I wonder if I'll be brave enough when it matters. Anyway, that's not really important right now. I mean, it's a little important. It's a little important right now. We should meet up with the others. It doesn't take long before your group of companions have gathered in the small shop. Some more awake than others. Victoria is sitting in the corner, sipping on a coffee, looking a bit haggard, like she didn't get sleep at all.
Are you okay, Victoria? You look a bit...
What our dear spirit friend is trying to say is, you look like you have been coughed up by a cat. Great way of putting it, Michael. Thank you for your input. Victoria's eye twitches.
I'm fine. I was up all of last night investigating this Goldner's mansion.
Okay, well, at least she said where she was.
I'm afraid Anne's guess was correct. The place is heavily guarded, and I sensed magic somewhere inside as well.
Traps? Or something else? That man is quite a hypocrite, isn't he? Hating magic, but then turning around and using it to protect himself.
I agree. However, that doesn't make the situation any less... difficult.
What about you, our tall friend? Anything useful to add about how you escaped that place?
I just enjoy how he keeps calling Kaden our tall friend when they don't really look like they have that much a height difference between them. I understand that just with the way it's set up and like the sprites are, if he was like significantly taller than Michael, the top of his head would be cut off of the screen. Like, I mean, if they made his sprite look like accurately like that much taller, you know. So like I can get it. So maybe there is more of a height difference than we're getting when their sprites are next to each other like this, but it's still funny.
As an agent of my people, you can imagine that I'm not entirely without skill myself.
The Chet Kane and this tall boy.
Going back in, however, if it wasn't due to the gravity of our situation, I would never consider it.
It's a great risk, but we have no choice. We need that artifact now. Failure is not an option, which means I'm going to need your assistance. All of you.
Oh, was that a question? Like, was that not on the table before?
Wait, what?
What do you mean what? I thought all of us were going all in on this. I thought that was already the plan. I'm just too eager, I guess.
I need your help.
There's a moment of stunned silence as the words sink in.
I've got to admit, I did not expect that. Did the knight herself really just ask for our help?
Does this mean you actually think of us as a team? Oh, this is so exciting!
Don't get ahead of yourself. I still think the lot of you are dangerous individuals who must be watched. However...
Right back at you, Victoria! You need us, we're happy to help. Jose, what do you need us to do?
What do you need?
We need a way in. We need to deal with any guards and traps we encounter. And we need to locate the artifact.
I'm sure someone working for Goldner would know where he'd store an artifact like that.
I mean, someone working for Goldner, like, in his house. Not someone working for Goldner in the mine who has, like, never set foot on his property, you know?
I've seen his guards hang around the tavern at night. A bit of friendly eavesdropping might be enlightening.
Yeah, guards are, yeah. Guards for his mansion, yes.
As for any magical items we might come across, I'm sure our resident Tinker Mage will be quite capable of handling that.
Wait, what?
She's like, what, you were including me in this? When you said all of you, you meant me too?
You wanted to know more about this Outlander artifact as well, did you not?
Well, yes, but...
If that's settled, perhaps we can use alchemy to get inside.
Is there a lock-picking potion I could make?
It worked quite well down in the tunnels, and Elizabeth might have some ideas if we go ask her.
That's actually not a bad plan, Mime.
Really? That's great. Ooh, this is so exciting. It's starting to sound like we're going on some grand adventure together. Do we need a team name? Legendary heroes always have a team name. Something cool like the Valiant Victors, or maybe the Demon Detectives.
That's... wow.
Demon Detectives, huh? That's, quite the name.
It's pretty cool, right?
It's cute.
No.
No.
It's certainly unique.
It's got alliteration.
I'm not sure I follow this weird topsider tradition.
If we're a team, can I then veto this? I veto this.
You guys are no fun.
I'm sorry, Mime.
But tell me, Anne, what was life like at the Academy?
Why do you ask? I thought you were confident the Academy was a horrible mage prison.
Oh, yes. But that doesn't mean I know how you felt growing up there. I thought your perspective would be valuable to consider.
That's rather pragmatic of you. Very well, I'll bite. The Academy is a wonderful place. A safe haven for mages to study and research without fear of the ignorant masses who wish us harm. Everything's in perfect balance, just like Izith intended. Does that answer your question?
It certainly confirms that they brainwashed the lot of you. That's for sure.
That's it. I'm done talking to you.
And what did you expect? Well, since we haven't had a chance to talk to Kaden, let's start here. You can't find Kaden anywhere in the shop. Instead, you run into Elizabeth near the storage room, looking troubled.
Welcome back.
Ah, Kit, there you are. Do you have a moment? I just forced our newest guest back to bed so he could rest properly. He was exhausted, even if he hid it well. It's clear his stay at Goldner's was far from pleasant, and his run-in with Ronan wasn't much better. I have the recipe ready for a potion that might help him recover faster. Can you be a dear and go make it for me and give it to him? Huh! Of course. That taste will scare him off. Or that Goldner. Fuck Goldner. Goldner will pay. So will Ronan.
I see.
You can worry about that once our new guest is back on his feet. Fine, sorry. Okay. So that. Okay, there we go. Next. And we just got it right there.
That's splendid.
Wait, what was the other thing? Hold on. Something else like popped up. Oh, it just said. Oh, okay. I don't know why it gave us that, but alright. What was the other thing they want from us? 2 turns and 2 ingredients or less. I think actually I could do that, maybe. Or, wait. Can I? Actually, I don't think I can do that in 2 turns or less. Or am I just crazy?
I'm proud of you, dear.
Okay, we'll move on. You made a potion for Kaden. Oh, there's a little kitty. Like a little kitty statue. Like the snake. And some flowers. This is like a net. Interesting, interesting. You enter the storage room that has been hastily rearranged into an extra guest room. There are no windows and the walls are lined with shelves. It's easy to make out the glowing lines of Caden's arm in the dark. The cot he's sleeping in is a far cry from a proper bed, but by the look of how he's snoring away quietly, it's miles better than whatever conditions Goldner was keeping him in. I mean, can we leave him a note to say what the potion is? Be like, please take this. Like, I don't want to wake him up if he's sleeping. But, also, like, he is a stranger. I mean, like, we're strangers to him. I don't know how, like, I mean, we're being nice to him, but at the same time, if they, like, leave a thing that you don't know what it is, like a potion, like, it's not like, here's a glass of water, it's like, here's a potion thing, how likely will he be to take it with no explanation of what it is? But, oh, okay. You sneak quietly into the room and move to put the potion by a shelf near his head, when a hand suddenly shoots out and grabs yours. What the? Who are... Ugh. Sorry. See in the chat, I like the snick. Can we see it, or is Kaden? No, we can't. We can't move the background enough to be able to... Oh, I can kind of see it. Kaden's blocking most of it. Kaden sits up, disoriented, his iron grip on your wrist not loosening. Like, I wish it was just, like, apologetic and not nervous for the sorry. So we'll just go with, are you okay? You ignore the sting on your wrist and lean in closer to observe him.
Are you okay?
Hey, are you okay there? You shouldn't get up so quickly. You'll just hurt yourself. Your gentle tone seems to calm the disoriented patient some, and you sigh in relief when he loosens his grip on your wrist. My apologies. I didn't see you come in. I'm still not used to you people being so dark. I get it. I'm not confused. I guess we look weird to you. Huh? I guess that makes sense. We probably look pretty outlandish to you. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend. Are you offended? I'm not offended. This is all so confusing. How do you properly communicate like this? Usually with more light, it'll get easier. We suck at it too. Yeah, more light helps when you can see people's facial expressions.
You see...
We usually don't have full conversations in the dark like this, which helps.
Huh?
That actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, I guess we'll ask them the questions.
So...
How are you doing, Kaden? You look a bit... rough. I'll be fine. You don't have to worry. I refuse to slow down our mission. I mean... These all feel weird to say, but... Sure, please don't push yourself. We'll be fine even if you have to take the time to recover properly. You say that, but... Never mind. Your markings.
Tell me about...
I've never met an Outlander before. These markings of yours, just what are they? The markings are veins of magic that run through my body. My people are all born with them. They are as natural to me as your face is to you. Magic?
Really?
Wait, they're magic? Does that mean you're a mage?
Well...
I have never studied the art of magic, but all Outlanders are capable of using it to some extent. Like the ritual well, no reason to dwell on that. Communication?
What do you mean?
You mentioned that I was difficult to understand because I don't have markings. How does that work exactly? Do you talk with your markings?
How does this...
That's a bit difficult to explain. The magic in our skin reacts to bursts of emotions. Some might be able to stifle the reaction, but to most, it's an automatic response beyond our control. These visible cues, therefore, give a clear indication of the Outlander's state of mind. We use them to read each other, especially in the dark where body language is, well, not available. Alright, give him the potion.
So...
I brought you a potion to help you recover faster. You hand over the potion and Caden observes the thick liquid curiously. You are an alchemist? How curious. I've never seen alchemy used in practice before. Warning, it tastes real bad. Sorry, this is the best we got. Elizabeth knows what she's doing. I gotta warn you if it tastes bad. Fair warning, the taste will make you want to claw your tongue off, but it helps, promise.
How curious.
I appreciate it. I'll save this. What do you mean you'll save it? You're supposed to take it now to help with recovering now. What do you mean save it? Or do you just, do you mean save it for when I'm gone and then you can take it and react poorly to it on your own? Thank you for the potion and for talking with me. Between you and Elizabeth's watchful eyes, I'm sure I'll be back in good spirits before we make our attempt at getting the artifact back. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. We could romance. I know you said you were you said he was the only one that you were kind of interested in. So, would you like me to pursue? I see bless you in this chat, thank you. I'm sure we'll have opportunity to do it later. If you don't want to. See, I'd be down to romance. Let's see what our options are. Alright. I do like this, how they give you different things that are like it's not just one option that's flirtatious, I guess. It's like they have different tones to them as well. And I like that if you click on it, you can see what the options are. And if you don't like them, you could go back and decide, actually, I don't want to engage with it. So I think saying something like happy to help is in line with kind of how we've been doing. But then it's like you get to say it, but have it be taken as a pursuing a romance option.
Happy to help.
Anytime, Caden. I'm happy to help. Caden looks honestly taken aback by this, then smiles a bit sadly. You're a good person, Kit. I hope I can live up to the kindness I've been shown here. His words puzzle you, but you don't feel now is the time to dig deeper into that just yet. You excuse yourself and leave him to rest.
So, you really are a hunter, huh?
Former hunter. But yes. What about it?
What was it like? Did you save a lot of people? What is the biggest demon you've ever fought?
Uh-oh.
You are oddly excited about this.
Why wouldn't I be? Hunters are the keepers of balance in this world. The sword that shields us from untamed magic and demons.
You shouldn't put such faith in fairy tales, Anne.
Ooh.
Hey, wait! What did she mean by that?
Oh. A little bit of a lore drop, a backstory. Like a hint of a backstory from Victoria, and maybe perhaps a system that didn't work the way she thought it would work. Maybe. Something like that. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out later. But anyway, I see in the chat, ooh, multiple options for a romance dialogue. That's cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, me too. Because, I mean, we've talked about this at length before, but the two things that I don't like is when, like, the only friendly option is, like, the romance option. Like, I can just remember, like, I can't remember exactly what the line was, but I remember that it was in Dragon Age 2 and it was like doing Fenris's quest, and like the only option for like after, like, you know, after this kind of traumatic thing happened, like the only option where you could like actually show concern for him was the romance option. The other options were just like, all right, let's move on, or to be like outright mean to him or something. I was like, why can't I just be a normal friend concerned option? Why does that have to be the romance option? That, I always hate that. And then like things with like in Mass Effect, where what I think is the normal conversation, nice thing to say, gets taken as flirting from certain. That one's worse because it's not even labeled as the romance option. But that's how I accidentally get into those. And then they like think I'm interested, and I'm like, I just thought I was like, I literally was just trying to be nice, like, or normal, like what I thought was just the nice, normal, friendly thing to say, but no, it's the flirt option. So I always hate that. But then I also don't enjoy when there's only one romance option, so it's like putting you into a box of like how you flirt sort of thing, like being like super forward sometimes, or like a nervous blushing mess or whatever, and it's like, maybe I don't want to do that option. Maybe I don't want my character to react like that, but still be pursuing this person. So yeah, I also enjoy, I really like how they have several options to choose from, and all of them are romance coded in that little menu. Anyway, did we do, like, why is this still, do we have to like talk to him again? Maybe we'll circle back around. I guess let's just go to the flower shop. Oh, we can do two things. I guess we'll look for Anne first, and then we'll talk to Quinn. Your search for Anne takes you to Quinn's shop, and the florist gives you a friendly smile as you enter.
Hey there, you two. Welcome back.
Anne mentioned you'd be dropping by. She's in the back. Just be careful when you step in there, okay?
Right.
That sounds kinda ominous. What happened? Anne moved in? What is Anne doing? I'll say Anne moved in. I take it Anne has made herself at home. We've rearranged one of the storerooms so she can use it as her workshop while she's here. She's done an impressive job, but I tend to get a bit nervous around tinker magic. Too many sparks and moving parts. Anyway, you should go take a look for yourself.
Let's go!
Right, excuse us. Oh yeah, I see in the chat, it's like, yeah, sometimes, parentheses, often, I want to flirt without being super horny personally, but sometimes it's just the only option to pursue a romance. Yeah, that, totally, as well. I feel that. You're just like, really? We gotta go there? Especially when it's like the first like flirt option, and you're like, this is just... This isn't pursuing romance, this is trying to pursue a one-night stand. That's how it feels to me, which is fine if that's what it is, but it's like supposed to be the romance, and you're like, okay, I have to be super horny right off the bat? Alright. Hate it. And then sometimes that just turns me off from even attempting it at all. Anyways, curiosity and dread settle in your stomach as you make it out to the back and enter what was a storeroom, now transformed into a makeshift workshop. Weird bits and pieces of tools and gadgets are scattered about everywhere, and a huge stack of books is towering ominously in the corner. In the middle of it all, scribbling away, sits Anne, not looking up from her notes even as you enter.
Ah, you two. Glad you could make it.
You settled in quickly. How did you get all this stuff? Let's see, you've settled in. How did you get all this stuff?
Whoa.
Whoa. Wait, how did you get all this stuff in here? Didn't you travel on foot?
Seems logical.
I did, which is why I had most of my things delivered in advance. Which turned out to be a great decision on my part, because then I cut straight to this. She closes her nose with a snap and hops over to you, eyes glinting with anticipation.
Let me have a look at that locket.
Sulking. Fine, we had a deal. Please be careful with it. I'm looking forward to hearing the result. Please be careful with it. Remember to be careful with it. This thing already has a few demons sealed away in it. Anne takes the locket and is already on her way to her little work area, looking it over with a magnifying glass. She can't hear us anymore. Anne brings out some different tools and begins poking and prodding away at the locket. She's so deeply focused she doesn't seem to register you at all. This looks like it might take a while. Should we sit down? You find an empty space somewhere on the floor and sit down to wait. Mai makes a game out of stacking books for a while before she dozes off against the pile, leaving you to watch Anne in silence. Her face is scrunched up cutely in thought, and you notice she taps her foot lightly when she writes, but stops when she falls even deeper into thought. When she tinkers with the locket, her hands move swiftly and efficiently. It's almost uncanny just how precisely she moves. Maybe that's what tinker magic looks like.
I'm a genius.
I'm a genius. God, that makes There's this quote that my mom and I say all the time from a really old episode of the show Arthur. If I remember correctly, there was like a spelling bee about to go on, so it was like showing the kids like practicing spelling things or something, and then the character Muffy, the rich girl, she has I don't know if it's her own personal computer, but it's like a talking computer or something like that. So the computer's giving her words, and so the computer is like, spell dog, and she's like, D-O-G, dog, and like everyone else had been practicing much harder words, if I remember. So it's like it gets to her and it's this 3-letter word and she spells it, and the computer's like, Muffy, you are a genius. And my mom and I just say that quote all the time. So thank you, Anne. Anne, you are a genius. After what must have been almost an hour of silence, the mage finally puts down her tools, stretching her arms above her head with a grin.
Okay, I think I've got it.
Huh?
Well, what? We got what, huh? Mime awakes with a start, blushing as she rubs the sleep from her eyes. Finally. What have you got? I should have taken a nap as well. Let's say, what have you got?
That's great.
That's amazing. What exactly have you got?
So...
I misread it. I thought it was first said, this is indeed just a spirit locket. I thought that's where that sentence ended. It was like, yeah, we already know what it is, Anne. This is indeed a spirit locket similar to the ones used in the past. No one uses them anymore since they run on the energy of spirits, which is taboo.
Oh.
Also, there kinda aren't a lot of us left. The demons you have collected aren't as much sealed away as they are simply absorbed into the locket's power source. Oh, we're using demons to power our magic. This means every demon you collect has in fact added to the total power of the locket. Quite fascinating. Yeah, so I'm using the demons as fuel, as long as it keeps them locked away, serves them right. It feels weird. It feels weird. Like, what is a demon versus a spirit? Like, are they inherently bad and evil? Even if they are, that feels weird to use them as magical fuel.
That's awful.
Wait, so I'm using these demons as some kind of fuel? I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Yeah, I mean, sure those guys were kind of mean, but it still feels wrong.
Actually...
As far as I can see, you haven't actually tapped into the locket's potential yet. You have been using a completely different power source. She looks to Mime, who blinks, pointing to herself.
Huh?
What? Oh, yes, me? I suppose I have been the one helping you, since we've always felt that glowy connection when we seal one of those bad guys away.
Fascinating.
You have been using your magic to help Kit all this time, yet you don't feel yourself weakening?
No way.
Well, no. I feel completely fine. Anne tapped her chin with her pen before noting down a few more things in her book.
So...
Spirit alchemy is already a known school of the arcane, so I will not learn anything new poking my nose down that trail. The fact that you have to rely on another scarce power source that will deplete over time isn't fixing anything, just creating a new dependency. No, the interesting aspect of this still remains you, Mime.
Whoa!
Me?
Actually...
My theory is that since you two are soul-bound and not connected through the locket, the energy you channel from Mime isn't draining her. Of course, if we were to do something very challenging, I'm sure you would both feel the strain, but you would recover, just like a mage recovers after having used their powers.
This is amazing.
In short, your connection has given Kit the same magical potential a mage possesses. I'm a mage? Well, that's not good. I'm a troublemaker. Say, I'm a mage? I'm a mage? Does that mean I can cast spells as well? I suppose with the right training, you would be able to use magic much like mages do. Using the locket as a focus, of course, but that's just a theory.
Yikes!
We really have to find a way for us two to get unbound again.
You do realize.
Well, I wouldn't recommend that now, since we still need you two to be connected to seal away the demons we'll undoubtedly come across. Spirit magic, soul binding, creating mages. These all scream taboo, but I must admit finding a way to equip non-mages with magical potential would really change how we all think about magic.
If magical items didn't need a power source, but people themselves could just power them on their own.
See the chat. Oops, now I'm illegal? Or more illegal? It was already a problem that I was connected to Mime. But now I'm even more illegal. I'm a mage who hasn't gone through academy training. Would they even take me as an adult? Or would they just arrest me?
Such a discovery, even if not put into practice, would be quite an achievement. Enough to grant me my title for sure.
What about the spirits? Yeah, that's gonna go well. Or someone is going to abuse this. Yeah. What about the spirits?
What?
What about the spirits, though? Are they just gonna have to become some kind of slaves, following people around and lighting their lamps? I just provide the research that says it's possible. What humanity decides to do with this knowledge is not my problem. of is. Or maybe not your problem, but it'd be your fault if you give people the tools and they use them the way that you outline they can be used. Again, you have almost connected the dots. Your choice will affect Anne's path going forward. You're right, that isn't your responsibility. Of course you're responsible for what you create.
You
can't just dismiss your responsibility like that. Sounds to me like you're just making excuses because you don't want to admit anything bad might come out of this. Is your professor title worth that much to you?
I can't believe this.
You have no idea what that title means to me. You don't know me or what I've been through to get this far. If I don't claim this discovery, someone else will eventually, so I'm not going to hold myself back just because the rest of humanity is a bunch of morons. She hands you back your locket. That's all I wanted to research for today. Thank you for your cooperation. I'll be calling upon you again when I need to learn more. I think that's our cue to go. You and Mime leave. On your way out, you notice Anne returning to her little mountain of books, massaging her arms with a pained expression.
So, how is freedom treating you, my friend?
Better than the chains, for sure. But it's still rather stifling.
Getting tired of hiding in the shadows, are we?
It can't be helped. If I act carelessly and am discovered again.
Discovered being the key word here. You know, I do happen to have quite a bit of experience with hiding in plain sight.
I believe it's a little easier for you to blend in.
Have you seen my clothes? I think I can work around a bit of glowing skin.
Victoria is not going to approve.
I again will refer back to the word discovered. But of course, if you are not curious about how the town looks from outside this little shop.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Understandable. In the chat, I see a like Mime on the side, like, and it's a big grinning happy face emoji. Okay, so I guess we'll talk to Quinn now. Quinn's flower shop is warm and pleasant. The scent of fresh flowers indicates that a new shipment might have arrived. You are, however, not the only one in the shop. You recognize the guard from yesterday, talking with Quinn at the counter. What guard? Oh, the guard from the mines?
Here you go. These flowers will be sure to make your fiancé smile.
Yeah, because we did say when we got there that we recognized him and we'd seen him buying flowers before. See, he's fine. He recovered and he's fine. He turns around and we see he has like a giant bruise on his head, like a comical bump.
I'm glad.
I know they will. It's been a while since I bought her any after all. Thank you, honestly. Listen, I'm not good at this, but I realized last night that I'd let some baseless rumors get to me, and I want to apologize. What? Oh dear, no, there's no need for that.
You see.
But there is, though. I might not have said it to your face, but I've thought some pretty horrible things, and I don't know what came over me. There's no excuse. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. I accept your apology.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'll be off. Time to present these to Louise. Have a nice day. The man walks past you, giving you a pleasant smile before he leaves. It didn't look like he recognized you at all.
About that.
It's probably because we defeated Ronan yesterday. By weakening the host demon, he probably lost his influence over that guy, and he returned to normal, just like all of those people during the fire. I'm glad. Go team! Still a long way to go.
That's great.
That's great. Maybe that means there's hope for Ronan yet. I wouldn't go that far just yet. There's quite a difference between being in a frenzy and actually being possessed. You see in the chat, healed by pocket sand? That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, that bump on his head when he fell over and he hit his head on the ground, it cured him. But no, weakening the main demon to the point that he lost his grip on certain people, that makes a lot more sense. But it is funny to be like, he took a little nap and now he's better.
Welcome back.
Kit, welcome. How's your mission going? That man who bought flowers.
About that.
So that guy who just left?
Ah, yes. Quite sweet, wasn't he? I haven't had anyone come and apologize to my face like that before. Oh, how refreshing. Maybe there's hope for me in this village yet.
You're not mad, you let him off way too easy. No, just say you're very kind, Quinn. You're so kind, Quinn. I'm glad to see it worked out.
Thank you.
Aw, thank you, sweetheart. I'm quite happy with how it turned out as well. I'm not gonna lie, at first I was kinda hurt. He'd been one of my most loyal customers after all. But if he's made an effort to better himself and even came here to offer his apologies, well, then I want to support that. The world has enough hate in it already, and I've always found it exhausting to hold a grudge. We can agree that hate is exhausting and still hate certain people. I can admit that it is exhausting to hate someone, but you know, sometimes it's fucking worth it. Looking at you, Goldner. Yes, I see in chat, Quinn deserves the world. Absolutely. You are so right. Quinn is the best. That's not what I said. That's not what it said. No, no, no. I can agree that it takes a lot of energy, but sometimes it is worth that energy. But I guess I'll take it in this context to mean that I don't want to go around carrying that kind of grudge. In the same sort of grudge that she was talking about, like with everyone who just sort of slights you or admits that they were not thinking nice thoughts about you. Sure, that's excessive, but actual awful, horrible people who are awful and terrible and evil to their bones, cough, cough, Goldner, cough, cough, they deserve it. And I will not forgive him. Forgiveness is almost like magic in its own right. It isn't much, but it is the thing only you can control, and in that sense it has power. I'm glad this turned out well. How's your testing going?
Tell me about...
Did you learn anything from the samples I brought you? Yes, I should have known you would ask about that. The answer is both a yes and a no. I'm confident after communing with the soil that it was no fire. The branches told me no disease had killed them either. It is quite strange, as if the very life from them was drawn out in an instant. They felt no pain, no fear. One moment they were living and the next they were not. It's frightening. We must get to the bottom of this. Poor Forest. Poor Forest.
That's awful.
So sad. Poor Forest. Don't let this knock you down, kid.
Nature is remarkable.
Nature is resilient. I already found signs of life in the soil you brought me. The forest will grow again, don't you worry. Good. I'm glad it was glad it was an instant kill and not a death ward zone. Nothing will grow here again. Sort of deal. Time to leave.
I'll be off then.
That's all I need for now. I'll see you later, Quinn.
Take care.
You're always welcome, Kit. Take care.
I must admit, I'm a bit envious of that invisibility spell you use, Mime. To disappear from sight even in bright daylight. Not even the Nightwalkers can do that.
Ooh, Nightwalkers.
It's not really that great since it only works on non-magi humans, but it beats having to hide away all day. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It was my own recklessness that landed me in this situation after all. Hopefully, once all of this is over, I'll have the chance to explore the world of daylight on my own.
I hope so too. If you want to, I'll share all the interesting spots I found with you.
That sounds great, actually. I'm looking forward to it.
I see in the chat, the party banter on the map is a cute idea. Yeah, I really like it. Because it is always fun to be able to see interactions between the companions. That's not just like literally reacting to the plot stuff that's going on. You kind of want to see the little more like what are the conversations they're having between that stuff, or like following up a certain thing that may have happened. And this is a great place to do it. I mean, in this case, it's like the only place to do it, but it's a good place to do it. Alright, let's go to the tavern. In the evening, you and Mime make your way to the tavern to hunt down information from Michael. You find the mage sitting alone at a table in the corner. Whose legs are we gonna break? You really think we can get information here, or what's the plan? Let's just say what's the plan. So we're here. Or okay, so we're here. What's the plan? It's quite simple, and mostly involves sitting and waiting. Many of the town's residents frequent this place after hours to complain and drink their sorrows away. It does seem kind of crowded in here. I've noticed those working for this Goldner fellow seem to have more quarrels to drink away than others, so let's try and listen in. See if we can learn a thing or two. That's a great idea. That sounds really boring. They won't be suspicious. Sure.
Really?
You sure we're gonna be able to listen in? We're not exactly inconspicuous. Was that a quiet jab at my fashion? Don't worry, these people are plenty occupied with their drinks. Trust me. The mage pulls out a deck of cards and starts shuffling with an easy smile. How about a friendly game while we wait? You want to play cards now? Angry! No, I'm kidding. We're waiting. I suppose there's no harm. Careful, I'm quite good. But are we actually? You don't know what you're getting yourself into here, Michael. Better keep your coin close. Oh, we're going full gambling?
Oh, this'll be good.
Aw, confidence, eh? Excellent. Let's have a match then. Hopefully I didn't just set myself up for failure. I hate when it's like you say you're good at a thing and then the game decides that you aren't. Michael deals the cards and Mime sits off to the side, watching you two curiously as you play. As the light dims outside, more and more patrons make their way into the tavern, but none seem to be Goldner's men so far. You put down your first card and Mime leans over your shoulder to get a closer look. Oh, how pretty. Are all the cards painted like this? Indeed. I got this deck from an artist in Eridos as a reward for... well, that's another story entirely. They are quite spectacular. I especially like his careful attention to the symbolic meaning behind each card. Huh? There's meaning to it? Isn't it just a picture of a coin?
Let's see.
Once upon a time, humans believed cards like these held magical properties. They would read the meaning behind the cards and take it as a sign of divination. Such things are illegal now, of course, so the symbols that were once commonly known are now largely forgotten. They outlawed tarot? I mean, it doesn't have to just be tarot, because, like, normal playing cards are also used in divination. Just one more thing the Empire has destroyed. Not all humans are like that, though. I bet Kit knows some of the meanings. She's really smart after all. Mime, don't put me on the spot. What if I don't? Don't drag me into this. I'm not really sure. Thank you. Thank you, Mime. That's very kind of you to say, Mime.
You're the best.
Oh no, Mime! You've only known me for like 3 days, and the first thing I did was die in front of you. The first thing I did was piss someone off enough that they stabbed me. Are you sure I'm the smartest human you know? Oh my god. I'm just being honest. You're the smartest human I know, after all. How many humans do you know, Mime? That's beside the point. If you say so. I'm curious now, though. Kit has been quite adept at subverting my expectations this far. I wonder just how much of the old meanings have survived. Would you care to put it to the test? Oh god. Sure, why not? Whatever. Tired of being a test subject. What's in it for me? Sure, sounds like fun. Sure.
Okay.
Sure, why not? It might turn out to be interesting.
Let's see.
I'm sure it will. Very well, let's try it then. I totally forget. We'll see when we get into... I mean, if they get into it, if these are, like, based on, like, tarot or real world card divination, or if it's totally unique to this game. So we'll see what happens. I see in the chat, it's nice to see the companions interact without the main character. Yeah. I like, yeah, like not having it be in response to what your character's doing, or like have your character being like a buffer for them. It's always interesting. Like, it's like, yeah, like obviously you want to have like foster your own relationships with all the characters, but it does suck when you're playing a game where they don't, where like you're all together for extended periods of time, but there's really no sense of how the other characters interact with each other, or like what they think of each other, outside of maybe the few times they like respond to each other or go back and forth, again, like in reference to a plot thing or to you personally. But it's like, what is their relationship like outside of you? That's always fun and interesting to see. Why don't we start with the card that drew our dear Mime's attention? The coin, a card most often associated with wealth, but do you perhaps know its original meaning? Wealth? Gold? I mean, I guess I would say trust.
I wonder.
The meaning is trust. A coin is worthless if no one trusts in its value. Huh. I'm surprised you knew that one. We put our trust in the fact that possessing one of these worthless discs will allow us to trade it again. Humans are quite fascinating, no? Michael shuffles the cards and then draws 3, putting 2 of them face up and the last one face down. The bird gods. I believe you are familiar with the first 2. The sparrow, patron of heroes' tales, and the raven, harbinger of death. These brothers have a 3rd sibling. Do you know who? I was going to say owl because we had a dream that had the sparrow and the raven, and there was a dead owl. But that's not an option. The swan, the nightingale, the eagle. Are the birds getting progressively bigger in the lineup, or I'm leaning towards nightingale. I think I'm gonna go with that.
Actually,
who knows if it's right? It's the nightingale, isn't it?
Sure thing.
The correct answer. I know everything. I'm so smart. For someone who isn't supposed to know about the old religion, you are quite good at this. The nightingale is my favorite of the bird gods. The patron of storytellers, so feared that even the Empire doesn't dare mess with bards and performers working under his banner. Michael deals another hand and hums to himself, picking out one card and placing it down, face up. We got there. How curious. Who? Mime moves over to peer over Michael's shoulder, her golden eyes wide as she takes in the tall humanoid creature with the deer skull for a head. Oh, we saw them in our dream too! Who's this? Didn't they say what it was in the dialogue for the dream? Wasn't it something? It was like something of the forest. I don't think it said father of the forest. I thought it said like god of the forest. Am I just making that up completely?
so
I'm going with that one. He's the father of the forest, one of the gods of the old religion.
Well, I'll be damned.
Oh, that was a better response than that's right. I'll be damned. Despite his frightening appearance, it is said he's a gentle god, a steward of the creatures in the woods. What is it, Mime? Do you like this card?
You see,
it's difficult to explain, but I just feel sort of sad looking at this, but also happy. This is so strange.
Here.
Well, if you like it that much, you can keep it for now.
Well, I'll be damned.
Our game is concluded after all, and I must admit defeat. You have proven to be quite proficient at this, Kit. In the chat, if I could see, if I had to guess, I'd guess Nightingale too. And then when that was revealed to be right, you went, "Yay! Thank you." And then I don't remember for what was said during the dream. God/father is sometimes the same anyway. Also, the Godfather, LMAO, the deer in your dream. You've done this on the day of my daughter's wedding. God. quite proficient at this. This is fun. I love defying expectations. Thank you. See, I love defying expectations. That's what I'm here for, defying expectations.
How curious.
That's what makes you so fascinating. Michael's eyes flicker to the door and his lips draw up into a smirk. Ah. Or mark. Or possibly plural. Marks. This was quite insightful, but I believe our quarry just arrived. We should listen in. Michael motions subtly to the booth behind, as the booth behind you is filled with 3 burly guys, each with a tankard of ale. Are any of them one of the 2 lads from last night? Oh, the music picked up. Annoyed mine worker. Can't believe the boss had us act as delivery men. I thought we were supposed to do guard duty, not heavy lifting.
Well.
Cheerful mine worker. Well, you can't expect those scrawny mages to pull their weight. I'm getting a bad feeling about using magic like that, even if it is from the capital. What if the safe is haunted with some kind of witch magic?
What? Really?
What? Really? Suppose it's not our problem, since the boss isn't letting anyone into that precious office of his. I wonder just what kind of stuff he's gonna hide in that safe if he's resorting to using a magical one to keep it locked away.
Watch your mouth.
Serious mind. Watch your mouth. Hey there, buddy. Let me give you some advice as your elder and all. You want to keep working for Goldner? You stop asking stupid questions like that. We guard the place and it's no one's business what he's hiding in there. Understand? No, I understand. No, I was thinking this as well in the chat. Sorry, I know it's art limitations, but those lads are not burly. No, I had the same exact thought. Yeah, they maybe should have just not used that descriptor. Maybe that should have been a change in what adjective they used. Michael empties his glass of wine with a sly smirk.
How curious.
Seems like our evening has concluded. Let's return home, shall we? You leave the tavern. The cold air is a stark contrast to the toasty bar, and you shiver.
Well done!
So Goldner is hiding something. It seems his office is the place for us to go.
Interesting.
That would appear to be the case, but he recently installed some magic safe from the capital. He must recognize the value of the artifact he stole from Caden. This could be trouble, but at least we know now. At least now we know, so we can prepare.
Well, isn't this neat?
All in all, I say this little excursion of ours was very fruitful. I agree, playing games saved the day. I need sleep. Just say I agree.
We did it.
Go team! Woo! Woo! Michael doesn't say
Here
woo!
you are, Mine.
This is a sweet roll? But why?
I noticed you were shooting the baking stall longing glances earlier.
Aww.
Given you can't actually reveal yourself, I figured I could swipe it for you.
Thank you so much. You're so kind. Wait, you did pay for this, right?
Well, you can't expect me to do more than one good deed in a day,
Michael!
Michael?
No, I had the same exact reaction as mine. Michael! Well, it's the thought that counts, I guess. Alright. We are coming up on, yeah, we're at 3 hours. Technically over. So we are gonna stop here, because I don't know how long this encounter is gonna take. So, ooh, hold on. I forgot because we have Caden unlocked now. Imprisoned him after Ronan, the non-demon possessed one, knocked him out. Oh, so Ronan, before he was possessed, helped capture him. He's not having the best of days. Same, Caden, same. We didn't have a good day either. And then we have our alchemy book now, which is just the same thing that we saw while actually working on things. Oh, we have some more recipes we could make. We'll do that next time. Is that just 2 more? Yeah, okay. And then I think every recipe except for that one, we have 2 stars. Okay. Well, we'll save here. Wait, I see illegal non-magic, and then was that Chibi Caden on the map? Yeah, so I guess when your companions are like at a spot and like you can talk to them, you may have noticed that they have little pictures, their little pictures show up. So yeah, so there's Caden. All right. Aw, Chibi! Yes, they're very cute. All right. So that is it for this week. We're some ways through chapter 2. I don't know where we are. We have to do something else at the... I don't know if we're still... Oh yeah, we needed to talk to Elizabeth about like alchemy stuff that we could use to assist with breaking in. So I know we have to do that first before we actually get to the breaking in part, which I don't recall if that's actually part of chapter 2 or if it'll be chapter 3 by the time we actually get to that. But either way, we'll probably be doing that next time. And oh, I've just realized I checked the calendar because I was like, hey, wait a second. Is 2 weeks from now Halloween? And it is. That I might have to do stuff. I might have to change my stream time that week. So there's not doorbells constantly going off in the background. And I do like to help with giving out candy. Anyways, we'll worry about that next week. So next week, it'll be the 24th, normal time. Hopefully, if my dinner is ready when I think it'll be, because tonight it took like an hour longer than expected. But I see in the chat, gasp, Halloween approaches. I know, it's crazy that it's 2 weeks away. Like, I know logically it's close because I've known it's October, but it still feels weird to be like, oh, it's only 2 weeks away. Okay. It's crazy. The fall is in full effect. But, until then, thank you so much for hanging out and stopping by, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.